Now, the fourth point I have is to do the research. So here are, I want to see the pens out, feverishly writing. I have so many websites to give you. Let me give you the first one. It's searchenginewatch.com. Searchenginewatch.com.
Watch?
Yes, watch. W-A-T-C-H. Searchenginewatch.com. Searchenginewatch.com is a site that will tell you what's going on with the search engines. They give you a whole tutorial on how to do search engine optimization. They will let you know what the average conversion rates are, which I'll explain in a minute, for your area. They will tell you the demographics of the people on which search engines. So I'll give you a perfect example. We used to do the search campaign for a baby carrier. And she did both Google and Yahoo, but she got better conversions on Yahoo. More moms happened to use Yahoo at the time than Google. But these things change. So that's why that's a great place for you guys to go and keep up on the research. Another one that you can use is emarketer.com. emarketer.com. And the last one, just because of time, and I'll probably bring some up in Q&A, is Quantcast. Quantcast. It's Q-U-A-N-T-C-A-S-T. Quantcast. Quantcast is kind of like, for those of you who are a little familiar with this world, like an Alexa. Alexa is some place that people used to go and see what the average traffic is of a website, alexa.com. Quantcast not only shows you the average traffic, so if you're evaluating a blog that you want to advertise on, or a blog you want to write on, or a podcasting show, you can go to this website, plug in the website that you're interested in, and it will show you the demographics and the traffic of that website. The fifth thing I want you to think about is when you're doing this, I want you guys to think about, once you've set up your strategy and you've decided what way you want to go, I want you to think about making time to analyze and tweak. Notice I say tweak, meaning that I don't want you to make drastic changes. When you start analyzing, one of the things you want to ask yourself is, what was your expected return on investment? What is your conversion rate? So I mentioned that earlier. A conversion rate is, I know I feel like I'm giving a little math lesson in the front of the room. The conversion rate is the number of people who took action, meaning the number of people who bought something or did a sale, divided by the total amount of traffic to your website. Okay, so that is what gives you a conversion rate. And when I say tweak, this is how you'll change. So you might have a page where you have text at the top and image to the right. You may start tweaking that and maybe dropping the image down a little bit, or moving it to the left, or even just changing one word in the headline can make a big difference in a conversion rate. So my last point is to get familiar with the technology that you decide to use for your e-marketing. So what I mean by that is, if you're going to Twitter, you need to understand a little bit more about how that works. And you'll find that within the Twitter community that people very often don't use the Twitter interface. They use a service, they use an application called TweetDeck. So when you guys are thinking about your strategy and what you're going to do, you really want to get familiar with the technology. I have so many people that are even on Facebook and they don't know how to change or add applications on Facebook. So if you're going to use this as part of your strategy, get familiar with the technology tools you're going to need. Just because of time, and I know you guys are going to, I want to leave plenty of time for questions. What are you more interested in? Search engine optimization or pay per click? So let me see a raising of hands. Search engine optimization? Okay. And then pay per click?
Could you explain the differences?
Absolutely. That's a great question. Search engine optimization. So if this is Google right here, when you type in a key phrase into Google, on the left side, you will see results. That is what is known as the organic or the optimized side of Google. The top or the right side, so again, top or right, you'll find that it says sponsored by. That is pay per click. What that means is that you do not get charged unless someone actually clicks on your ad. So, and I think you'll probably ask questions during Q&A about that, but basically one of the things that you want to know, whether you're doing optimized or pay-per-click, the first thing and the most important thing for you guys is to pick the right keyword phrases. Did you all hear that? Could somebody say it back to me? Thank you. The reason why this is so important is, I'll give you a perfect example. If you're a professional organizer, most of the time professional organizers will organize a closet, right? Okay, thank you. I appreciate that feedback. And if you type in professional organizing or professional organizer into Google, do you know what you get? You get Walmart trying to sell you the shoe organizer for your closet. You get Target trying to sell you the same thing for less money. You get Amazon, Bed Bath & Beyond, all trying to tell you that. Now, if you're a professional organizer, is that a good word for you then? Why not? It's too broad. So when you guys are picking your keywords or your keyword phrases, even for being found naturally, the left side, or through pay-per-click, the right side, that is probably the one thing that I find most people don't do properly, is that they don't pick their phrases properly. So here's what I tell people to do to pick their phrases. Step away from the computer. First thing I tell you to do, take a pad and a piece of paper and write down the words you think your customers would type in to Google to find you. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Then take that list and go to Google and type in each word. If the first 5 results on that page do not bring up competitors, then guess what? Wrong words. So that is one of the things that you want to do. The third step I tell people to do is, now that you've taken your list of 20 words and probably narrowed it to 10, you can then go to adwords.google.com. It's adwords.google.com. And punch in those words and see, 1, how much they're going to cost you per click, and 2, how many times people actually typed that word into Google last month. So it will tell you the competitiveness of a word. So for example, if a word is searched by 10,000 people that month, then the pay per click on it will be higher than a word that was searched by 700 people. Make sense? Okay? Now, when you're a small business, don't discount those 700, because you know what? 700 of an exact phrase is going to convert to better sales, because those are the people who are truly looking for you over the broad terms. And this is really the basis to beginning, whether you're doing search engine optimization or pay-per-click, is finding the right keywords. One other note, when you're thinking about doing search engine optimization, how your website is designed and coded affects how you rank. So if those of you are thinking about doing a new website right now, or looking at hiring a search engine optimization specialist, or even doing it yourself, if your website is not coded in a way that is more text heavy, then guess what? You're not going to rank as well, because search engines are looking for content. And there's little bits to this, but I'll give you guys some places to go when you ask questions. But this is really the basis for setting up a good website to be found online, is how it's designed and coded, and picking the right keywords. And you should think about your keywords now if you're designing or redesigning your website, because it goes into how everything works. Okay, so is that a good overview?
Yes,
Okay, great.
thank you.